Okay, students, I'm going to do a quick help video with CNC Sim 60 class. Okay, first thing, AutoCAD download with install. If you want to download AutoCAD, you can go to Autodesk education site, create a login. You can download the newer version than that. You can do 221 if you want to, or 2021. Make sure you do the setup so it matches the school setup, or you'll have some problems drawing things. I'll probably do the whole video after I do a couple short things here through the Vmware just to make sure it all works good. So that's AutoCAD download. The software install, I moved that up a little bit. So there's a little video on that in the AutoCAD download too. Make sure you basically download these two files and install them. If your software won't let you download the exe file, just use a zip file and right click and unzip it. Make sure you pick the defaults in the whole thing, except it does give you two options, and when you get CNC base or CNC motion, make sure you pick the CNC base for both these. One's a lathe, which we won't be at for a while. One is a mill. Whenever you start up those programs, you got to pick File, Open Workspace, and then open the mill Workspace. Either that or won't have the right tools and so forth. And eventually you got to do the same thing with the lathe. And it says that in most of the assignments too. You might have to adjust your stock and verify settings, but I think I've got all them set up already right there. So I don't even think you have to do that. Okay, back to home. Okay, so I might pause it for a second while I log into VMware if it takes a while. But to log into VMware, it's just like logging in at school, except you go to this little shortcut I have here in most of my classes. You pick that little link right there. Brings up the little computer screen. You pick that. And now I'm going to pause the video. Okay, it was pretty darn fast. Put your login information in. It should be your first initial, last name, maybe some numbers. Should be able to see that on whenever you look at your classes and so forth. It's your 6-digit birthday unless you changed it. So like two digits for a month, 2 digits for a day, and 2 digits for a year. So mine would, so like if it was January 2nd, 1978, it would be 010278. Okay, you're not a Laker, believe it or not. You are a student probably. I'm a staff, so log in there. And it was pretty fast. And then you want to do, of course, AutoCAD's labs, unless you're one of these other guys, but AutoCAD lab 99 for sure in my class. Okay, it takes a while to load in, but mine actually did in about 2 minutes, not too bad. All of our software is in the quick links, that way it loads faster. There's the AutoCAD stuff, so you'll need AutoCAD 2019. We'll go ahead and do that one first. Yeah. Gives you to go through that little error. Alright, so let's go back to home, and I think lab 1 is a drawing one, so let's do that one first. Mill template. Okay, I'm going to do a little split screen thing here. We'll see if it screws it up or not. It might. Okay, so I'm in VMware, awful small screen, so right here. So it got access to my U drive and everything else. I just drag this around to get over there. Okay, so we create a template for the drawing. So I just basically broke Chrome into half here. So I got VMware on one, and this is I'm doing from home. Hopefully it goes fast enough. For your drawing in AutoCAD, use the correct layer. So you want to use a dim layer. Use different line types, layers of colors. It just makes it look a little bit better. This isn't something you give to the floor people to machine. You'll be using it only for your programming, so it isn't as critical as most drawings you would do. Alright, so let's just do it. So we're already in a new drawing here. So I'm going to pick make this template. Type the shortcut D for dimension style, pick modify. So we're going to have a 0.1 for the height of the text, and dim scale of 0.5 in the fit tab, and 3 decimal places in the primary tab. So D, back got to be in the right screen here, D. And then modify. I'm running this with slow internet, so if I can do it, you guys can. It's 3 digits array. It looks like on mine. Make sure that primary unit is set to 3 digits. The fit tab says set the overall scale to 0.5. and the text height 0.1 instead of 0.12. It makes things a little smaller so they fit a little bit better. And then hit OK. And then close. Your border is 7 by 5.3. So just hit a rectangle. And we're going to do absolute numbers. So 0, 0 is my beginning point. And then I do not need to put at because it's straight over from that 7, 5.3. So this is a weird paper, but anyway, that's so you can see a little bit better. Okay, but then you can't, it's real small down there. So if I double click the middle mouse button, it brings it up to scale. Okay. All right, so now you're basically trying to reproduce this. Okay. So this is just text. Let's check my layers. Layer properties. Looks like I've got dim set up. If you don't, just right click on here and make a new layer and call it dim, make it red. That's the only thing I really changed on it. There's no hidden lines or anything yet. I did create an object layer too to draw it on. So you can just change the colors if you want to make it a little bit different like I did the text there so I can see a little bit better. All right. So to put that text in, the shortcut's DT or the text is under annotate and we want a single line right there. Okay. DT is a shortcut. And just put it like right here. And height is 0.1. Okay. And rotation is 0. And just start typing mill. I'm not going to type it all out. Put caps lock on, mill, blah, 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 enter, blah, 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 enter, blah, 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 done. Hit it, enter twice, finish it out. Okay, to draw this block, okay, you're going to pick your little box there and you're going to put right here in a similar spot. And now you got to type in at 4, 4, or 3, 3, sorry. Escape, try again. At 3, 3. Okay, now we've got 3 by 3 box. To draw this little circle thing there, that is your part reference 0. So that's just a circle. You got to turn your snaps on, which is down here in the bottom. It's a little rectangle. You might not be able to see it. It's a little rectangle. You want to turn that blue on the bottom. And I'm going to turn my ortho on as well. Okay, you can see it popping up on what it's called. And that double turn blue there. Okay, and then I'm going to try to draw that. So I'm just going to make it, I don't know, 0.125 radius, okay? That's big enough. And I'm just going to draw a line since my snaps are on there and bang it into this one right here. Draw a line there, down to here, okay? So I missed it. It's not hitting it. So I'm going to hold down Shift and hold down right click on my mouse and pick perpendicular right there. I don't know why I didn't pick it. It's not picking it, so I'm going to hold down the Shift again and pick quadrant. I know that'll work. Usually perpendicular will work, but it's not today. Not liking me. Oh, you got, because since I repicked it, you got to do it twice. And then it'll pick it the second time. The first time just unactivates it, which is very annoying, but welcome to AutoCAD. All right, so now we're going to put a hatch on two opposite corners, okay? And we just want, instead of a pattern, we want just solid, okay? And we put one there and put one there. Escape. Hey, that's that little part reference 0. That's the 0 on our part for the machine. Now you're basically going to draw these circles and then dimension it. So let's draw those circles first. Looks like I should have put it a little bit farther down. So I'm going to move it, M for move, okay? And I'm going to go from the right side. That's what I usually do. It's a little faster and bring it pretty far down here, so I got some room for that. And I'm going to move my text over to M for move. Hit enter. Pick some spots. Move it over a little bit. Okay. All right. Now I can draw those other circles. So the first circle is 1/8 inch diameter. So well, let's pick circle diameter. Be easier for everybody. So go back and pick circle diameter. Pick right there, and I type in 0.125. Hit enter for repeat, or enter for finish and enter for repeat. I don't think I did enter to finish it. And you can't hit enter for repeat yet because it doesn't repeat circle diameter, it goes to circle radius. So you got to go back up there and pick the icon. Remember all this as I go here. Okay, 0.25 for the diameter of the next one. These are the size of our bits that we're going to be able to machine with. We got an 1/8 inch bit in there, a 1/4 inch bit in there, and I went up there and picked it again. And I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, we got 3/8, 0.375 is 3/8. You can type 3/8 too. Next one will be a 1. So notice I'm picking on the center point every time. And this one is a 1 inch, okay? And it stayed on the screen, so that's good. And I think we're ready to dimension this, and it's done. It wasn't that easy. Like I said, you can change the colors of these if you want to make them a little prettier. So yeah, that's in properties. Where's colors? So there's colors. And I make that one green maybe. Okay, I usually leave the product white, and I usually make these purple. Okay, change them to purple. Or violet, or whatever you want to call it. And now we need to change the layer, which is over here. Your screen hopefully isn't shrunk down so much, over to dim, and start throwing our dimensions on, and then this one will be finished. So I need ordinate dimensions. Okay, so to do the ordinate dimension, we got to move our XY axis over to the part reference 0. So the easiest way to do that, you can actually grab it nowadays and move it. And let's see if I can get it to work. It's easier to just type UCS and put it. That doesn't work half the time, so let's do it the old-fashioned way. Type UCS, enter, and just put it right. You gotta zoom in so you make sure you get it the right spot. Make sure you snap on that correct corner. Okay, and then you don't want the X to be off. See how the X is going in the right direction? Make sure it is, and then hit enter. Okay, now it is there. Okay, and then don't hit enter again, or it'll move it again. All right, now we can do our annotation. Drop it down. We want ordinates. This is typically how you would dimension and machine shop with ordinate dimensions. So there's one of them. There's the 3. Make sure you pick on the right spots. Very important on your template that it's right. So you can easily snap it to the wrong spot if you go fast like I'm going here. Okay, I think that's it. This one's done. Save it and upload it. Make sure your text looks better than mine. Piece of cake, right? All right, so that one's finished. All right, next one. Okay, we're going to go over to here to go to home. And the next thing you have to do, and this one's pretty easy. So we're going to go to the Mill Verify program. So this is how you practice basically writing a lab. And I made it a JPEG so you can't just copy and paste it. And there's Workspace you got to open. So I'm just going to pick that. It's going to download to the wrong space because I'm in Vmware over here, I think. Okay, so let's minimize Autocad because I'm done with that. Okay, and there is the software is not there. Okay, minimize that. Go back to the quick links, and it's not in the Autocad group. It's in the Pro Light group. Okay, there's Pro Light. We want the machining center. We're not using this is a lathe. We're doing that later. So pick the machining center. Okay, it opened up, and I need that file. Okay, so where's that file at? I probably don't have it right handy here. So I'm going to open up Chrome inside VMware and go to shrink the screen down, Control minus, so I can actually see everything. So I got such a small screen it won't let me see everything. Just get that thing out of the way. Control minus again until I can see the canvas. There's canvas. Okay, canvas login. Log in like you normally do. It'll probably kick me out. Turn my cats back off. Tab. Log in. Go back to this. So you might be running the same problem, so that's why it's kind of good that I'm doing this if you're doing it all on VMware. Because you got to, if you're doing it on VMware, you have to download it to VMware. I can't download it to my laptop because my laptop's not in VMware. Now, if you download all those files, you can run them all from your laptop, and it's a lot faster. But some of you don't have good laptops. That's why I'm doing VMware. And I'll go through the other software here in a second. All right, so we were on Mill Verify Lab. Okay, so now I'm going to download that one. And that's my workspace. It just went to the download screens, I'm sure. Okay, so what you should do, you can't open that, so I'm going to hit escape there. And I'm going to say show in folder. Okay. There. I don't know where it's taking it so long, but this PC, I'm sure it's on downloads. I'm going to pick that, right click on it, copy it. It's kind of going slow. And then I'm going to go back to my PC, and I created a full file folder on here, Sim60. You need to do the same thing. I'm going to make a new one. Okay, so I right clicked and picked new folder. You should do the same. It didn't like it. Try again. Do faster you go, longer it takes. New folder. What? It's not letting me do it. Probably picking something else. Anyway, it's going kind of slow, so I'm just going to put it in my existing folder. I went onto the S drive somehow. That's what happened there. So it's not. That's why it didn't let me do it. So it doesn't want you changing anything on the S drive. I don't think you even have access to the S drive. Okay, so I'm gonna call this Sim60-2021. You can just call it Sim60. Okay, and then I'm gonna paste it in. Right click and paste it in there. Okay, now I've got a little folder started. This is where you should save all your stuff to. So if you're using VMware or in class, always use the U drive. If you're using your own laptop, put it wherever you want. Don't care. But I would still create a file folder for it. Okay. So I've got that there now. And you got to remember you're working inside this screen. So if I minimize this, the whole thing goes down. I'm just trying to. This is VMware, so I'm inside this tab of Chrome. Okay. Okay. So the next thing we want to do. We got that done. Minimize that. Minimize that. I did open this up, so now I've got to do File, Open Workspace. Okay, and go find that. It's always got the wrong one, so now I got to go to where I put that, which I put it on this PC. It would have been quicker to do it, go straight to U drive from there, but I didn't do it. So there's the U drive. Sim60 2020. Probably got in there. I spelled mill wrong and hit open. Okay, warning, you're about to change. Yeah, change it. Okay, and I reopened it back up. See, now this is what it did. It basically set it up so that it's got the right size part. Should have the operator panels open correct. I'm gonna have to go to full screen on this. You might have to watch the video. Don't really need the operator panel open. Do need a position open. Do need this one open. Okay. So if you want to watch the video on your phone or something, you can do that. You don't have a second screen, or you can do split screen. You can try to get all these to fit in it. They'll probably fit. So you do need machine info. This tells you where your mistakes are at, what line they're on. You do need this so you can actually verify it later. It's nice to know the position you're at. Remember, it's all in X, Y, Z. We're mainly using X and Y, a little bit of Z too. All right, let's go back to single screen because some of you guys might have to do it. I might as well do it that way too. You can barely see it there. Let's get back over. Okay, so the way you type this in is, there's my JPEG. Evidently I didn't open that yet. Okay, so this is what you got to type in there. Now I'm going to type, it basically says, in this program I pick new from the file. Okay, so I didn't do that yet. File, new. I got my new file. Okay, now when you open this back up, you'll have to go to edit and hit unlock. When you open it back up, it'll be locked. Okay, if you close it and open it a couple times, it always locks when you open it. All right. The rest of this you should be able to follow pretty much through. It's pretty easy. It's not a real hard one. The big thing is if you make a mistake. So I'm gonna type in anytime you got a semicolon. So this is just practice typing basically. Anytime you got a semicolon, it just ignores it when you're running a program. So I'm gonna type in the first lines. I'm gonna type in, put my caps lock on M6 space T1. That just means change tool to tool 1, which we'll learn more about this as we go. And slash means turn off these lines, okay, which it'll turn them off when we're doing the virtual machining. And G92, since it's turning them off, I'm not going to type it all out, but you type it all out, okay. And then M6, you always got to be in tool 1 when you home, and M28 homes. I'm going to go to M621, And then I'm going to type in S. Let's see here, M3S2000, M3S2000. That just turns the tool on at 2000 RPM. I missed the enter, so I'm going to bring that down there. Okay, now what I wanted to show you before I went on was I'll pause the video and try to show you what this video should look like when you get done. It basically says, I think, Lakeland across there in a zigzag. Okay, so I'll pause the video and show you that in a second. If you make an error, so say I type in, I don't know, what would be an error that's going to mess it up? Let's just put tool 2.2. By accident, say I put that in there, okay? That'll probably fail, right? So now if I go over to verify, and I verify my program, oops, I made a mistake already. So I'm going to cancel, hit red button to cancel. Operator stop, okay? So I hit verify, and you need to hit optional skip, so I guess I do have to have that one I told you to turn off. So I'm going to go to view and operator panel and turn on. So you do need to leave this one open. We got to turn on optional skip, so that makes it skip the go home and set the initial location, which is G92, because you can't do that with virtual machine anyway. Right, so that does need to stay open. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Now I go to verify. So this is my virtual machine, verify. And it says putting tool 1 in there, press F5, so I think I just hit enter here and it'll go. Yep. Insert tool 0, press F5. Okay, so evidently tool 2 is tool 0, so it didn't air out. And it did normal stop. Okay, now what I wanted to show you is down here. Hopefully you can see that. So down here on the machine info, it tells you what line you're on. So let's run that again. So see, it's going to line 1, M601, that's the next one. And then I'm hitting enter just so it keeps, whenever it changes to it, stops it and tells you. Now it's going to tool 0, which is an error. It should be going to tool 2, but it's telling me where it's at right there. So that's how you do troubleshooting. So say you type something wrong in here, you make a mistake, or you put spaces in, or forget a decimal, that's what usually happens. Or you type a G0 or G-O instead of G0, that happens a lot. It'll show up down here, you'll say, oh, I put an O in there instead of a 0. And remember what line it's on, line 4, okay? And you can fix it real quick. And then when it's all done, if it works right, I'll say optional stuff. Now, it'll tell you to renumber this later, so you can actually watch the numbers. So that's real easy. You just go to renumber. Do that when you're all done. And it throws these numbers along, which do nothing, but they help you troubleshoot it. So you can real quick find what line you're on, okay? It tells you to do all that down there. I think that's enough. I'll pause it and see if I can pull up the screen so you can see what it really looks like. Okay, so this is what it should look like when you get it done. So you hit the verify program. Notice I picked optional skip first. All right, and that's putting tool 1 in, so I got to hit enter. And now it's going through and it's machining that for me with that 1/8 of an inch tool. And it always puts tool 1 back in there, so it put tool 2 in there. Let me solve that real fast. Okay, and in the end, it put tool back one in. Now notice down here it tells me what line it's on again, so if you make an error, this is where you'll see it and you'll be able to fix it, okay? That's part of troubleshooting. But you're basically just typing it in. So your errors will be typos, and you just got to find them. All right, I'm going to hit enter and finish it out. When you get all the way done, it'll say, I must have stopped it somehow. It'll say no more program stop. So I hit the green button to restart it back up. Probably hit something there. I think that's it. So turn in this file when you get done typing it in. Make sure it works. I'll probably go around and make you show it to me on Thursday and turn in that CAD. And that's it. Not much to it. Have a good day. See you Thursday.